Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. we always meet here on at Sportilicious to show that celebrate the champions reflects back on sports history, promote the participation of women in sports, not forgetting celebrating the discovery rather of new sport. My name is Bukamoso Ignosi Razolela, with our mandate as always to ensure that you are well educated, if not informed, on what is currently happening in the world of sports. And this week, in the first segment of the champion, we celebrate a local swimming sensational by the name Hamangwe Junior Kitsile.
My name is Hamangwe Junior Kitsile. I'm 15 years old. My first time getting in the pool was when I was 5. It was my first time getting in the pool and I was pretty nervous, but excited. I'm someone who started loving water when I was a little child. So my parents decided to take me to a club named Pica Paranes. And that was my first time getting in the pool. My first competition was in 2014, where I was able to get a bronze medal in the BSSA swimming pool in UB. And I was pretty nervous. I expected a lot of competition there, and it was pretty tough because I was still young. And that's when I found out that swimming was really my passion and I could continue with it. When I was 10 was when I moved into Gaborone, and that's when I joined the Propellers Swimming Club, where I was nominated for the Botswana swimming team in 2020, where I was able to go for my first appearance for Kana Zone 4 in Botswana. That happened in Botswana, where I was able to bring back home 7 medals, which were 3 golds, 3 silvers, and 1 bronze. That was a pretty interesting gala. It was my first time swimming for the Botswana team, and it was pretty intense. It was intense, but I really expected a lot. A lot of competition was there too. We were able to push and put my mind to it, and I was able to bag medals. My second appearance was in AUSC, where I was able to come back home with 1 bronze. It was a pretty tough competition. I was competing with people a bit older than me, but we tried. I was able to PB in a lot of strokes. For my 100 fly, I came 4th in the 17 and under when I was 14. It was unfortunate to place 4th because I expected myself to be 3rd, but I guess I tried. For my Namibian gala was my 3rd appearance in the Botswana team, where we went to Namibia. It was pretty interesting. A lot of people had their mind into it. Everyone was ready, and just before the weekend before and everything, I was actually in the SNJs, the South African Swimming Juniors. I was in the SNJ where I was competing for 5 days. It was a pretty interesting, very tense competition. I was able to be open to a lot of people, get how they do the races and everything, and they prepare for the races. I was able to get an opportunity to see some of the Olympians that are competing in the 2024 and some in the youth games. And it was pretty interesting and motivated me to being even better. After the SNJ, I went for the Namibian competition where I was competing for the Botswana team, the Kana Zone 4. I was able to bag 6 medals, 2 golds, 2 silvers, and 2 bronzes. It was a pretty tough race. I still had the fatigue from the SNJ, but I was able to push through it. I was proud of myself. Competition was there. It was pretty tough, and I was able to push through. My next competition is going to be in Tunisia, Malawi, and Namibia. I'm looking towards doing a lot of PBs there. Looking at what I've been doing in the winter camp, I think my coaches have really pushed me into trying to hit the times I aimed for, the goals that I want to do in the future. My journey right now is going pretty well. There is ups and downs, but there's no quitting this side. I still have a long journey to go. I'm still 15, and in 10 years, I look at myself as an Olympian swimming for the Botswana team. Being called for a lot of interviews and galas where I would like to represent the Botswana team. I think what needs to be done in Botswana is taken more serious. Swimming is a sport that people really make money from. It's a career that people actually want to take seriously, like I do. I think Botswana can really support us and help us get to where we are, where we want to be in the future. I'd like to say everybody should try swimming out. It's a very nice sport. It's competitive, but like you can do it, and yeah, don't quit in your dream.
Sportilicious on YTV.
And that is so interesting. What's so interesting about sport is that you can learn anything from anyone despite the age. As long as he or she is an athlete, there is a lot that you can learn from him or her. And we continue with Sportilicious as we get into the segment, the highlight segment there, Discover the Sport, where we discover the sport that is beach volleyball. And last week we did give you the basic techniques there, volleyball, the pitch, etc., and the rules. And this week we are playing the sport that is beach volleyball.
The service, the skill of service, whereby you stay at the service line and you execute the serve to the other side of the net. For a floating serve, first you have to face the net, like your shoulders must be square to the net. And the footwork, it counts also. Usually one leg in front of you. If you are a left-handed player, your right leg is going to go in front, like he's a left-handed player. If you're a right-handed player, it's vice versa, whereby your left foot is the one that is going to be in front. And then you find the balance, the body up straight, and you hold the ball with the non-hitting hand. Then you lift the hitting hand backwards with your palm open. The reason to open your palm and make it stiff is to improve the power, to give the ball power and speed so that it crosses over and above the net, and it's also difficult for the opponents to receive. So you toss the ball in front of you while your hitting hand is still up, with that same amount of focus, looking at the opponents and looking at the spot that you want to place your ball at. You toss it nicely in front of you, and then you hit the ball with your palm open. Yes, that is the floating serve. To demonstrate the jump serve, that's one of the skills that starts the game of beach volleyball, the jump serve. Now when you execute the jump serve, you hold the ball with your hitting hand, or either way, you can also hold it with your non-hitting hand. It depends on what you're comfortable with. So for him, he's going to hold it with the hitting hand, the one that is going to spike or to serve that ball with. He's a right-handed player, therefore he's going to use his right hand to toss the ball as well as hitting it over and above the net. So as you hold that ball for jump serve, usually you take some few steps backwards away from the baseline so that you do not tamper with it at all, because you cannot make contact with that line. You cannot also make contact with the inside of the court before you execute that service. After taking steps backwards, you toss the ball high, you hold it with your hitting hand, you lean forward to give it some momentum to go up as you toss it nicely in front of you. Toss it nicely in front of you, and then you take the necessary steps towards that ball, towards the net, facing the direction and the point where you want to place that ball on the opponent's side. And also we have the skill of passing, and we have two different types of passing, the basic two different types of passing. Also we have another one in beach volleyball that is called the tomahawk. That is the third type of passing that you can use in beach volleyball. And the first passing skill, is the reception or the dig or the underarm pass or the bump pass. We look at the posture, shoulder width apart, your shoulders square to the net for direction purposes and balance. Also, as you hit that ball, you execute the underarm pass, your other feet can go up front. That will depend on where you want to take that ball to. And also the purpose of that feet being up front is because of so that you get the right balance. You balance. Then your arms should be straight forward again. Then you must lock your fingers there. You must have a firm grip at your palm and fingers. Thank you.
This is my Bingaka WBF International Champion. You're watching It's Sportilicious on White TV.
Now we move into celebrating the participation of women, if not girls, in sports. All right, when we talk about tennis, there is a lady by the name Chelsea Chakanyuka who has been very active when it comes to tennis. Chelsea Chakanyuka has played in several, junior ITF tournaments, and today we want to celebrate her as the upcoming Serena Williams. Who knows?
Hi, my name is Chelsea Chakanyuka. I'm 16 years old. I was born in Botswana, GWest. I started playing tennis when I was 7 years old. The reason why I started playing tennis was because my sister was also playing tennis, and she was inspiring me to become like her, because she would travel the world, and that's exactly what I want to do. I've been training with my coach, Coach Simeon, ever since I was 7 until now. I come here every day after school. That's how it started, from the age of 7. Come here every day, and train almost all day long, and I have fun doing it. For me, I think tennis helps you think on court. It helps you stay focused, and it increases your endurance, your fitness. Really helps you stay healthy and to just come outdoors and to help you see how it is outside. My biggest achievement was the time I was 13 years old when I first played my ITFs in Zimbabwe. I played against a French girl for the first time, and I beat her in 3 sets, which was very amazing for me and felt really good because at that point, I really thought I knew that tennis was for me, and that was the beginning of my journey, and I could go far from there. From here, I see myself playing futures, and hopefully I can be able to get a scholarship and then somehow get into playing professional tennis. That is my goal. Usually on a normal school day, I get home really late, so I stay up late to finish what I have to do for school. And when I travel, I ask my teachers to send work online so that I can do it there. So when I get the chance to, I just do my schoolwork. I think there should be more coaches from other countries to come help us, introduce us into the tennis life abroad. And I think coaches should also encourage other people from other places in Botswana to come play tennis, to introduce them to it so that they can learn and understand how tennis operates and to appreciate what tennis is about. I would say tennis is a really fun sport. It helps you mentally, physically, and it helps you mentally and physically. It helps you travel the world, get to know other people, and the most important thing is that it's fun. I want to win an under-18 ITF tournament. That is my biggest goal. At the moment, it used to be Serena Williams, but because she's retiring, I really don't have an idol at the moment. But I do admire her because she's one of the greatest of all time, and I just hope to be like her because she's really good at what she does. Well, what motivates me is that one day I want to become professional, to be the best just like Serena Williams. So every day I come here, that's what I'll be thinking of because I know it's not easy, so hard work really pays off. I'd like to thank my sister for inspiring me to start playing tennis, my father for getting me into the sport, and my coach for coaching me all these years, my mother for driving me to the tennis courts, putting all her effort for us, and my whole family and friends for supporting me through this journey and for always being there for me.
As we always say at Sportilicious, and this show is all about, informing, it's all about educating and just ensuring that you are well updated on what is currently happening in the world of sports in the blue, black and white. Today we celebrated a champion by the name Hamangwe Junior Kizile, a local swimmer, sensational. We also discovered how to, the sport that is beach volleyball. We also reflected back on sports history. Javelin throw. When was it initiated and what was the reason behind its own initiation? And lastly, we also looked at Chelsea Chakanyuka as a female tennis player. And as a female player, what inspired her for tennis? The show is Sportilicious. My name is Bokamoso Iknosi. Let's meet again next week.